The Joe Rogan Experience.
I mean, that was the
this
words
was
to that
before he
effect.
got in trouble, and this is one of the things, like when, like that Parkland joke that he did, I was like, look, that's not his best joke, but it's also, he's working it out. He hadn't done stand-up in 10 fucking months. He's working it out. But if you say that he's different now, we're getting to see the real Louis. Like, bitch, you better go through his library.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah, the Parkland
That's
thing
his
was like
act.
his 9th most offensive joke.
Yeah, not even close. I mean, he's that's what he does. It's called comedy.
Yeah, the idea was like, well, but we didn't know he was a
Because you
dick.
didn't even know him.
Yeah, because you
didn't know
know
anything.
You assume what you believed, what he fed, or you wanted to believe. I actually, I have a theory that one of the reasons people like the New York Times and other media outlets brought the hammer down so hard on him is because they'd heard the rumors and ignored them. So now they have to signal that, like, this is wrong, because there were rumors before,
right?
And they were like, we don't like they ignored them, so now they have to overcompensate. Be like, he is absolutely, he's the face of hypocrisy and evil. I was like, okay.
Well, he just caught it at the worst time ever culturally.
Exactly. Yeah, he just
There's that.
It's the bad. He had beachfront property during a
hurricane.
yeah. He just is like, some hurricanes you can destroy. You got the deep stilts.
Not this one, motherfucker. This is a
like he had fucking
structure flattener.
He's walking around. I was going, oh my god, this is my cup. Oh my cup.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to talk about with you. The idea, because whenever I tell people we're friends or that I go on your show, they're like, how can I'm like, first of all, because you're a fucking good dude and have been a good dude for 27 years that I know of, to me.
Thank you.
It doesn't mean you're always good, but whatever, you're always good dude to me. Every time I say whatever, I don't fucking know your life. I don't know what you do outside of fucking Encino. And now the next question becomes, why do you have cranks on, or what people would consider cranks on the show? And you and I have talked about this a little bit off the show. Explain, because you are basically liberal.
Yes.
But you believe in having hardcore right-wing people on because you like them personally, or you believe it's worth...
Some of them I like personally, some it's worth having a conversation. Like Ben Shapiro was one that I had a long conversation with. He's one of the more controversial guys that I have on, where people get upset at me and call me an alt-righter, which meanwhile, he's been attacked by the alt-right. You know, he wears a yarmulke, for Christ's sake. I mean, he's not alt-right. He's not a white supremacist by any stretch of the imagination. He was the #1 target for anti-Semitic remarks in the entire world in 2016. Well, there's that. There's definitely that.
Look at him. He's a Jew.
But we had an in-depth conversation, a very long one, about gay people. Yeah. Because he's really...
I saw a little bit of it where he was like, he kind of got a little lost.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't... Well, he had... two different takes. Here's like David Parkman had an interesting take on it. Parkman said that if you look at his explanation, because I asked him a couple things. I'm like, do you really believe that Moses parted the Red Sea? And he said, I would look for a more naturalistic explanation for that. But then when I talked to him about gay people and gay things, he wasn't interested in a naturalistic explanation. And he also wasn't interested in giving people the ability to do whatever they want. He felt like you're supposed to resist that. And his take is that like you have an urge to murder people, but you don't do it because you're a good person. And you should do the same thing with being gay. And I was like, wow, that's crazy mental gymnastics.
So that is he believes the natural occurring thing.
That God is testing you with. I mean, I'm putting words in his mouth, I think, but essentially that's his position. His position is that God doesn't want you to do that. It's in the Bible. He doesn't do it. I mean, he goes hard.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't use electricity in the Sabbath till the sun goes down, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people like, you're giving this guy a platform. Like, look, I'm communicating with someone, and I like him as a person. He's a very nice guy. I don't agree with him at all about the gay stuff.
And you believe it's worth giving people a platform.
Not platform,
but like...
I think that's a real problem, discussing things like that, like giving people a platform, because we're living in this world of deplatforming people. I think that's inherently dangerous. And I think that just stopping people from their ability to communicate just makes more pressure on their side. It makes more people that are on the fence support them because they see you as being a censor. And that's what I think we found out with Jack from Twitter, Jack Dorsey, when he came on and talked to me about it, and when he brought Vidge on, who's the lawyer, and like
censoring one is censoring all, sort of.
It's not smart. It's not good. It does the opposite of what you intended to do. It makes the other side magnified. It makes whoever you're censoring more popular. It makes them an underdog. And it also goes against core American values like the freedom of speech. And I know that these are private institutions, and I know that they're not necessarily forced to uphold what we determine as free speech in terms of like how it's written in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. I get it. I understand that. But I think that the principles of human interaction on this planet are largely dictated by our ability to discuss things, even if you disagree.
I actually do agree with you that I think like deplatforming and silencing and he's
dangerous.
Like, there are very few people that, well, there's no one that I agree with 100% of the time.
Right.
Including
even yourself.
Yes. Including your joke about like, you don't agree with yourself.
Yeah,
like,
I don't. Yeah,
I don't.
That's
like,
real.
Yeah. Well, that's also, there's something Buddhist about it, which is like your thoughts are not correct.
Right.
They're not even your thoughts. They're just
and they're
like
dependent upon your
noise.
emotions sometimes.
Yes.
They're dependent upon your stress levels.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just like you just don't have it in you. You're like, stop.
Yeah.
And other times the same situation, you'd be super calm and reasonable, and maybe you could turn it around.
Yeah. If you've eaten.
Yeah.
Like I saw a thing yesterday. Doctors are worse in the afternoon.
Oh, I'm sure.
Judges are worse.
I've heard surgeries.
Before
you should always
lunch.
get surgeries in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But
to your point,
the right wing thing is just an easy way to dismiss me because I'm not right wing. If you ask me my positions on things, it's very left wing.
Yeah.
The only thing that I vary with the orthodoxy is with the Second Amendment, with gun rights. I don't think it's just that simple. I know a lot of really good people that have guns, and I know a lot of really good people that would never shoot anybody that have guns to protect themselves.
Yeah.
And to label everyone the same is just like labeling everyone who drives a car the same as those incels that drove into people in Montreal or wherever that was. Was that Toronto? Wherever that was.
Yeah.
We have a real problem labeling people, and labeling people with it's lazy. And it's an attempt to marginalize or dismiss their positions.
And it also feels good to do it.
Sure.
It feels good to like, guess what? Writing them off. I'm superior. I have a very clear moral view. Mm-hmm. I'm taking out one of my moral paintbrushes and zoom, you are that.
And even if it's not a moral position, even if like that Neil Brennan, he's such a left-wing cuck.
Yeah.
He's a this and a that, and boom, and there you go. I got him in a box. I'm going to put a ribbon on it.
Yeah.
Ship him off.
So you've read the comments when I'm on the show.
Canceled. You're canceled, I heard.
Yeah.